In this quick video, I want to go through 3 sample warm-up activities with you. Before I get into my first activity, I want to remind you of what Wayne said in his last video about the importance and considering the purpose behind a warm-up activity. The warm-up activity should be simple, be low level, hopefully an engaging activity that triggers the students' background knowledge on language they already know to help prepare them for the upcoming topic. Let me first show you one of my favorite warm-up activities. It's a ranking task or a ranking activity. One of the reasons that I enjoy ranking activities is simply because they're relatively easy to design and often give my students an opportunity to express their own opinions regarding the content. Up in the corner, I've got an example for you that I made yesterday of perhaps a chapter that deals with transportation. If you look at the directions, you have your students getting together to give their opinion on different means of transportation. In this case, my students are probably from Shanghai. They need to know the information in order to fill out their opinions, and they have to work together in a collaborative fashion to decide together whether they believe something is good or weak, and they mark it. When I'm done with the activity, I have them share their group's opinions with the class. I'm going to put up another example here in the corner that would be a different way to do it, where students would be allowed to check their own opinion. Partner A and partner B could put their own numbers, and then in the end I could say, explain what your partner's opinion is. Why did he select that as being a good or bad means of transportation? And they have to explain what their partner wrote, or perhaps why their partner wrote that. This is a very simple example of using it for transportation, but as you can hopefully see, it can be heavily modified to be used for a variety of topics, ranging from food to environment to whatever your topic might be. And I have the categories of good and bad, but the categories could also be interesting to uninteresting to expensive, inexpensive. The way that you rank the categories is going to depend on the topic that you have. So with a little bit of creativity, you can have a lot of varieties and ways that you have your students do a little simple ranking activity. Activity 2 is a survey. Surveys are very similar to ranking activities in the sense that I have it designed here where students simply tick little boxes. Rather than giving their opinion on something, they may be giving something such as information about their family or past experiences that they've had. In this case, we have past experiences with how they travel or how they transport, because that deals with our chapter. It's a very simple activity, and it does work to hopefully trigger their background knowledge on the upcoming topic on transportation. Moving on to activity number 3. The third and final warm-up task that I want you to think about is the idea of using pictures and images to trigger your students' background knowledge. I love pictures because you can do a lot of different things with them. For example, I put 2 on the bottom here that are actually from my own collection. Here you have my husband's and parents catching a train in Chicago, or you have kind of a busy city scene. You could use an airport or a bus stop because our topic deals with transportation, but I have some kind of pictures. And with those pictures, I can do a variety of things, such as have them describe the picture to their partner. I can have questions written on the board that make them think about specific questions related to those pictures, or I can have them write down or ask questions to me about the pictures. They don't have to be your own personal pictures, but in this case, I try to make it a little bit personal. One more picture example, just for fun, would be this next one, which is me on an airplane. And I can tell the students, this is me taking a trip 3 years ago. Question number 1, and I write it on the board, talk to your partner and think about, where do you think I'm at on the plane? So where am I at on the plane? Question number 2, how am I feeling? Why do you think that? And question number 3 is, where do you think I'm going and why? So these are just examples of different ways that you can use pictures, and they really do work well to help get your students thinking about the topic and hopefully giving vocabulary that you're writing on the board that gets everybody mentally prepared for the upcoming topic. So those are 3 simple activities that you can use in addition to what Wayne stated for getting your students ready for the lesson. Thank you.